Alright, this video will show you 3 ways to transform your beliefs about money. I'm going to share with you 3 realizations that I applied in my own life that completely changed the way that I relate with money so that it also changed what I attracted into my life. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of those perspectives that really transformed my view of money and how that also changed the results that I got, because as I thought about it differently, I then started to attract it into my life more. Now with this process, let's first understand that all money is energy. When we look at money and we put it on a pedestal, or we think that it's anything more than it is, it starts to already distance itself from us. The truth of the matter is, money is energy. And the key to this whole video and the 3 realizations I've had have completely changed the way that I relate to it, because I've changed the meaning as to what it is. Now, as I say in a lot of my videos, the idea is that everything in our life is a neutral idea. We give it meaning, and maybe as a society, we've teamed up together and said that this means this and that this is worth this. So therefore we give it so much meaning, but the idea is to first off just realize it for what it is, that $1 million of paper is nothing more than like less than $100 worth of paper, but because we have given it meaning, we've said that $1 million buys X, Y, and Z. Now, the first thing that we must do to let go of our old definition of what money is realize that we must expand our definition of money and really expand our definition of abundance. So when it comes to this, normally we assume that money comes into our life only when we are working really hard for it, or we're working for somebody else, and there's only certain rules as to how it can come into our life. Now, in the same thing with abundance, we assume that with abundance, the only thing abundance is money. When in reality, abundance can be opportunities, abundance can be so many different categories of things that we can start to expand it and start to experience what that is. Now let me give you an example of what that is. That's something I've been personally working on, is letting go of my old definition of money and thinking that it's only something that has to be paper. I now assume and associate it more with the idea of abundance. Now, let me give you an example of something that recently came into my life with that. Well, I recently got reached out by a company that would like me to come down to Costa Rica, which is somewhere I've always wanted to go, to be there for 7 days and 7 nights, completely free. 7-day, all-inclusive, organic food, massages, getting blood work done, parasites cleaned out of the body, all of these different programs, all for free. Just in exchange, all I have to do is post some of it and vlog my experience of it and honestly say how I felt about it. Now, this isn't directly being given money, but it is an opportunity. And because I expanded my definition of abundance and towards not just being about money, therefore an opportunity was able to come into my life that reflected that back to me. And many times we'll see that what we think we want is the money, when in reality it could come much easier if we were to expand our definition of it. We could also say that, what do I really want? Do I really want the money? Or in certain situations, is it the opportunity, in the sense of maybe you want to travel. Maybe your intention is to travel and you assumed that you needed to save all this money in order to do it. But what if you expanded your definition and then people offered for you to travel with them? Or people offered you to do some type of work in exchange for that, but it's like you could do it at the same time as the travel. You see, when we start to expand our definition, new opportunities will arise because we're looking at it in a new way and we're also defining it in a new way. Now, the second thing we must do if we want to let go of our old definitions of money is understand we must let go of the beliefs around money. So many times we've taken on these beliefs about what money is. We've taken on these beliefs about what kind of people have money. And a lot of this happens when we're growing up. You know, believing that rich people might at some level have some type of negative connotation. They may have some type of step on people's heads in order to get where they are, or scam the system. having those kind of beliefs makes it so that we create a barrier to getting it because our values get mixed up. Because we're like, well, I'm a sincere person, and if I had money, I wouldn't be a sincere person. So the idea is to ask ourselves a couple key questions. And what I would encourage you to do is to ask yourself these questions. First off, what kind of people have money? Is it good people? Is it bad people? How do you view it? Another question is simply, what are my beliefs about money? Now, maybe a third question is, how do I relate to money? And then a fourth question is money a negative thing or a positive thing? Ask yourself these 4 questions and give some space in between them. Ask it and become very present to the moment and start to see what surfaces up. You may find that a lot of the beliefs you have are outdated from maybe something you learned in your past, maybe something your parents told you, and what you can begin to do is to drop them and then start to associate money as something that's either neutral or positive in the sense that it represents freedom, it represents an emotion to you more so than any external meaning that we'll put on a pedestal. So the idea is to first off neutralize any negative meanings towards money, realizing anything we associate pleasure, we will move towards. Anything we associate pain, we will move away from. So if we associate money with being something negative, naturally, subconsciously, we will move away from it because it's not something that is in alignment with the values that we have. So I encourage you to look at your beliefs about money, to start to associate it with at least something more neutral, let go of the negative baggage with it. I know that some people, might talk about the Illuminati, they might talk about some back government or how the banks are all corporately owned. And that is a negative perspective that ends up causing resistance because why would we want to create and have something that has that negative connotation to it and that negative energy to it? So drop all of those. Stop focusing on them because that may be blocking you experiencing more of it into your life. Now, the third way that we can go about this and the third way to really change our beliefs about money has to do with understanding that money represents an emotion. And many times, as I've said, we think that that money will bring us some type of external feeling, but really the feeling exists within you right now. Money to me equals freedom. It equals resources for me to add more value to people because I'm on a mission in life, and that's the way I view it. For you, what you can do is you might have the same thing. Maybe you view money as something that is a resource for you to fuel your mission. Maybe you view it as something that's security for your family. Whatever it is, be aware of what money means to you in the form of an emotion and start to give yourself more of that emotion right now. Now, what this means is if it is, for example, for me, it's freedom. What I do is I find ways every day to feel more of that freedom. I find ways to feel gratitude more of the day because money equals freedom to me. So what I might do is feel grateful for what I already have, for what I've already created, for the ability to drive and have the freedom to go wherever I want, to do what I want when I want to do. Because right now, as you guys know, I do what I want when I want to do it because I have my own business and this is what I do full time. So the idea is I am very grateful for the opportunities I've had, and having that perspective allows me to feel more of that emotion so that I'm able to create and grow that emotion. So break down money into an emotion and find ways to feel more of that emotion. If it's security, focus on perspectives that make you feel and honor your own security that you feel within yourself. Be grateful that you have a house that you live in. Be grateful that you have shelter, that you have food. As you have gratitude like this, you are reaffirming that emotion within you so that it becomes more a part of who you are, and like attracts like, and you will end up feeling more of that emotion because of that perspective. So remember, all you have to do is first off, expand your definition of what abundance is. Realize money can come through in many different forms. As you expand your awareness of what that is, you'll find more avenues that it comes from. Secondly, ask yourself some questions when it comes to money. Do you associate it with something positive? Is it something that good people have, bad people have? Let go of any negative connotation and then start to associate something positive with it, even if it's just knowing that money equals energy. And then thirdly, simply decide to break it down into an emotion. Feel that emotion more of the time so that you're able to experience more of what that would bring you anyway. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that little notification gear right next to the subscribe button so that you're able to see the daily vids that I do. And also, I left a free PDF in the description box on the top 3 techniques that I've used in order to change my life. So, other than that, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste.